Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. I'm so lucky to have the guys from Convoy Home Loans, Dustin and Jonathan, because I don't know if you guys heard, but inflation has been beaten. And because of that, the 10-year is crashing. I just checked, it's at 3.856. I haven't seen the 10-year collapse a quarter, a quarter in 1 hour, which happened this morning after the inflation reading. So, guys, what the heck is going on in the lending market? Is it just all clear and rates are going down? What the heck?
Definitely
Uh,
not. I mean, it's
yeah,
crazy because our non-QM lenders, because obviously conventional is giving back a few today. It's not even that much though. But you know,
Oh, let me say, I bet you the conventional stuff. I bet you the big givebacks tomorrow, because right now they're thinking we've been here before.
yeah,
We know what'll happen tomorrow.
exactly.
But if tomorrow's a good day, I bet there's a big give tomorrow.
I mean, big give even then is like, we're this is like we're back to where we were a month and a half ago. So it's not.
Stop throwing cold water on my parade. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
It's, so I mean, and here's the other thing: more cold water. Non-QM lenders are moving up in rate constantly. You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
everyone's like, oh, everything's clear, we're good to go, and it's not. We're not like that. We're not. It's a little blip, and then we're gonna get back into the normal scheduled program.
Yeah. So Dustin, I know you looked at it. You were probably up this morning like I was, kind of looking at what's going on. What was your first thought when you saw headline inflation at 7.7?
I was definitely caught off guard. I would have been one that would have told you last week or on Tuesday that it's going to be something with an eight in front of it.
Yeah, me
So
too.
I would have been wrong. But I think it's a good day for us to just kind of see something green in the market, which is nice for a change. But I
Enough
don't.
beatings.
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't looked at the full CPI report yet, and in which I normally look at energy a lot and gas and one of the ones that are more variable like shelter and actual consumer expenses that we can put a number on. I haven't done that yet, so I have no idea what
I
the
I did. It's still a problem. You
yeah.
know.
So
Yeah.
that right there, like for me, because I know I'm gonna get a lot of calls from clients. It's like, look, the Fed's goal is to get inflation down to 2. And don't get me wrong, 7.7 is a lot better than 8.2 right now. But like John mentioned, getting back to scheduled programming is definitely what we're going to continue to see. I think the likeliness of a point 0.5 rate hike on December 14th or 13th, whatever day it
Yeah. Mhm.
is now more likely than 0.75. But
I
keep in
agree.
mind, the federal fund rate is still going to be going up moving forward. This isn't like some pivot or some pause or like,
Yeah.
this is
It's
a little
not
bit
a
of,
U-turn, not a
yeah,
pause. We're just not going to go 1,000 miles an hour. We're going to go 500 miles an hour.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's really interesting when looking at this, because actually, Jonathan, you talked about non-QM kind of still ticking up. Uh, the one thing I think that this does, besides, to Dustin's point, giving increasing likelihood of 50 basis points, which is now my call. I changed that this morning on my daily financial news from 75 to 50. So we're in agreement there. I think the more important thing is it's going to reset what's called the terminal rate. I think for the last 3 or 4 weeks, people have gotten they just like, we kept getting beaten with worse and worse numbers, right? Or conditioned. That was the word I was looking for. We were conditioned to be disappointed. And people were taking the terminal rate all the way up to 6%, which I always felt was certainly possible. I didn't think was probable. Now I don't think it's even likely. I never left my 5%. I think the Fed's got to get us to 5. If for a moment we assume 5 is the terminal rate, and to Dustin's point, we go up half in December, we'll be sitting at 4.25. Why is that important? Because we're almost done. That's what we all want. We want to get to the plateau, and we don't care where it is. We just want to find it and then just stay there for a while, because then we can all reset. Business can happen. Because right now, people are adding margin because they don't know refi risk. And it's a mess right now. So get us to the plateau. What do you think, Jonathan?
No, I definitely agree. I mean, we've been talking about this for months. We wish it would have just happened and it would have been done 1 month and then move on. But obviously they don't work like that. But It's something to celebrate, but again, I want to bring everyone back to reality, because I know any day that this happens, we get a million calls. Dustin and I were texting each other this morning, and we were like, get ready to get blown up with people asking about if rates are going to be lower. And we're like, we're telling all of our LOs the same thing. As much as we'd like them, everyone to react that way, and for the market to do that, and for rates to come down, unfortunately, doesn't work that way. So
today's a good day. Celebrate the day, but
exactly.
it's just a day.
Exactly. And don't let that change your plan of investing, right? Still write good deals or great
Always.
deals, right?
No, great deals. Good left the building. Great deals.
Great deals. Make sure they cash flow. Get seller financing, get help, whatever you're doing, make sure you're doing it still following that same plan. Don't pivot because the rates got better. They're not actually better right now. So, yeah.
Yeah, what Dustin, this is what I've kind of told people today, and I try to temper excitement. And this is what I said. One, the Fed is winning. The Fed had a good day. The Fed scored, whatever your analogy is. Today was a good day, celebrated, but they haven't won. Calling the game over, inflation beaten, is a gross exaggeration. It's still 7.7. Yes, the trend is down 4 months in a row. Headline, awesome. Core trend is down, but only 1 month. So let's not get that twisted. The trend down is accelerating. That's what I expect a lot of people to talk about on mainstream media. The last 2 months we've only seen the headline reading down 1 or 2 basis points or tenths. Now we're down half. It's over. We're winning. The Fed is winning. The Fed can stop. They can't stop. They're at 3.25. Inflation is still 7.7. Stop. They can slow down. They can't stop. And there's certainly no U-turn going on. What do you think, Dustin?
I completely agree with that. Everything we've all touched on in the last 5 minutes. I think the phrase you may have won the battle, but they haven't won the war yet, and that's a perfect analogy for where we're at right now. I think you'll see MSM, or mainstream media in the world we call it today, going to be boasting about the fact that the Feds are doing a great job and we've hit the point where we can turn. But if you look at it, like we've said, I mean, just think about the fact that their goal, the Fed's goal, is 2% on inflation. We're at 7.7.
Yeah.
Let's not stop.
Yeah, it's not stop. But all in all, today's a good day. I think the terminal rate, I guess the last thing to talk about, up until this morning at 5:30, there was increasing gurus, experts in my world, right? YouTube experts talking about mortgage rates going to 10%. And I had to say it was possible. It wasn't probable, but it was possible, right? We had so many bad numbers and it just kept building up in margin and all of this. This morning's number 7.7, there's a chance that we've seen peak rates. I'm not saying it's probable, but it's a possibility that peak rates are in. And I'm not saying peak rates again means we're going to come all the way back, but we may have found the plateau. That's all I want. All I've ever wanted us to do is get to the top. Let us reset cost of capital. Let us understand what a great deal is. This, cliff-like rise in rates is hard for people to do business. So in closing, I think we're almost done. And it feels wonderful. What do you think, Jonathan?
I hope so. Right. That's the hope. Because
come on, Jonathan, you could be better than that.
I am always a little on the darker side, because just because we've seen, on the mortgage side, we get tossed around first, right? We're like tossed here.
You get beaten first, yeah.
Yeah, literally. It's like, we always get beaten first. And this kind of feels the same way, where it's, because the Fed they're still gonna raise rates, right? And a lot of lenders they're
just gonna slow down.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm hoping we're at peak, but we've seen this kind of play before, and we'll see what happens. I'm trying not to throw any predictions out there, because I don't want to.
That's no fun. I love predictions. So we're gonna do that right now. I'm going to call terminal rate 5%, which folks don't know what that is. That's the highest we go on the Fed funds rates. All I'm going to ask you for is over under. I'm not going to ask you to call a number. So Dustin, you first. Do you think the terminal rate is over under 5?
Over.
Jonathan?
I'm over too.
Ah, all right.
Yeah. But
I
I
like
mean, not by much. I don't think by like that much, but I think
Quarter.
yeah, maybe five
What
and a
I've
quarter,
been stuck on.
five and a half at most. But you know, I don't
Yeah,
know.
the key is
5%.
not 6.
Yeah,
The key is
exactly.
not 6. I think
Yeah.
6 left the building, which is good to see. So guys, where should people go? You guys are helping one rental at a time fans all the time. We have video number 1 today talking about a deal at 5.99 for a 3-1, 6 1/4 on a 5-1, I think it
Yeah.
was, I wrote.
Mhm.
See, I pay attention. I take notes. Where should they go to figure out if that's right for them?
Go to our website, convoyhomeloans.com. We just revamped it. So if you go online, it's a nice little zooming view
Ooh,
of the Palisades. It's super nice. So
very cool.
go there. Yeah.
Well, folks, do me a favor. Go to the website. It just rolled out. I understand that one rental at a time or ORAT is part of the drop-down list. So let's blow it out. Let's reach out. Let's send them some love. They give us some time every week. And again, if you're going to the event on Saturday, you will see Dustin there. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.